search that fine for you. I do that 3-4 times again, I testify for you. I told I like you, that bitch, I do it all and I'm around, you scared to do it. I'm not, as long as you joking now here for me, I ain't got it. My bitch, skimming, do it, I ain't your body, as long as you drink.
What's good, YouTube? It's your girl Stormiana and I am back with another lit video. Before we get started in today's video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias that's in the description box down below. Now today, guys, we got another lit story time. It's Friday. Happy Friday, because it's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no nigga and no nigga ain't got me. Okay, period. Happy Friday. I hope y'all all have a safe and beautiful Friday. And the reason why I say safe is because I have been noticing a lot of women have been getting gunned down and killed over the last week. I want to see, I have been noticing that. So please, ladies, stay safe and beautiful and blessed and stay covered spiritually as much as you can, because these men are taking us out, okay? Especially my beautiful black queens. Please, I am begging you to stay safe, stay strict, okay? Alright guys, so let's get into this video. This story time is about the very first and last time. I need to add last time? No, not the last time, but the very first and last physical time I cheated on my ex. So let me make, okay, so when I say ex, that I'm literally speaking on the person that I'm married to, because I feel like some of y'all have asked me questions that are like on Instagram that have been at a disconnect, like, you're still married and you're going through your divorce, but who's the ex? Like, no, I don't have any other exes besides her, and she's not even technically an ex. We're still legally married, but I just wanted to put that out there because I feel like y'all are kind of missing it. Like, divorce isn't finalized yet, so obviously we are still here, but because she is the only person I married, she is the only person I consider an ex. Everybody else has just been them, and now they're nobody, okay? So just to put that out there, because I really feel like some of y'all have like texted me personally and been like, who, like, what are we talking about? And I won't say her name just because I don't really feel like it's much so necessary, especially with me putting out other videos about story times you guys might not like about her. I really don't want any bullying to start, because like I always say on my videos and on my story times, any story time I put out is just me giving you guys the backstory of something that happened in my life. This is not to start any drama, trouble, cause any arguments with anybody, or to get anyone bullied or harmed in any other type of way, okay? Don't support it, don't believe in it. I'm just literally telling you things that happened to me from my side, from my point of view, okay? So this is the story time about me cheating on her. Now, this time frame happened when we first got together. I want to say we was together maybe between 1 and 3 months. I can't specifically remember, but I do know 3 months after that we actually moved in with each other. So like 6 months of us being in together. So I believe we were somewhere around 3 months, okay? You know how lesbian relationships work, they go so fast. So we already in love. Me personally, I don't feel it, but I know I care for her, okay? I'm a Cancer, I got a big heart, so I know I do care for her. I know I do love her, but I was not in love with her, okay? So the girl I cheated on her with is actually somebody that I was in a group home with. She was actually somebody from like younger teen years, and they knew each other, and she used to call me wife, okay? She used to call me wife. My ex always kept saying, she likes you, she likes you, she likes you. The girl I'm referring to, we're gonna call her Baker, okay? So Baker, I'm just gonna say it has always been a whore. It's always been known, like, she always got picked on, like, people would hit her up like, oh, you suck my dick here, like, she was one of those people, like. But what I always liked and admired about her, she was scared of nobody. Like, she stood at least like 5 feet, 5 feet at the most, and tussled with anybody and had beat the biggest bitch's ass, okay? So she was always my homegirl, like, always my baby. Like, I loved her to death. So my ex was like, no, she like you. You just can't see it. You don't want to see. Now I have noticed I've had that problem. Once I put you in a friend zone, once I don't like you, you're not coming out of that. So in my mind, if I look at you as a friend, nothing else is gonna happen after that. Not on any type of romantic level. So when she kept saying it, I just kept bypassing it. And she'd been saying it. Baker always called my ex-wife as well. Like, she used to talk to her and everything. She being too drunk with you, like, and I thought it was just a jealousy. I thought it was just a jealousy and a you know, like a controlling type of thing. Like, I thought it was really one of those things, like, you trying to be so uptight on me. Like, as soon as I met her, I got to notice a pattern that I left and I started talking to a lot of people. When I did that, I just figured, I felt like this was also happening with Baker. So I didn't pay no mind to it. Now one day, I think we was texting back and forth, like just chatting it up and everything else. I think we was talking about some stuff, some drama that was going on, all this type of stuff. Her beefing with somebody else that I know, and who was also in the group home with us. And it was just like really a crazy situation that was happening. So at the time I was selling weed, so she hit me up. She was like, wife, I want some. So I came and I brought her some weed. Like, I took my butt up there, made my little money and whatever. And like, she had these, I forgot what type of rap she had, but I think they're like entourage or something. I was like, you smoke out of that? And she was like, these my mom's. I was like, okay, that figures, because I remember my mama having them growing up. So I was like, that's not what we use now. Back then I used gangs. I smoked gangs all the time. I was like, do you even know how to roll? And I think she went like this and started like trying to get the guts out, the tobacco guts out, and she was gonna put it in there and smoke it like that. So I went and got this girl wrap and I rolled up for her and we started smoking. So we sitting in there chilling. My ex is sitting there texting my phone. But I feel like even back then I was a person who liked my space. Like, I don't feel like I need to text you and be on the phone with you 24/7, and I definitely don't feel like you need to be talking to me or be around me when I'm out with friends. Like, cause that in my mind, it was still a friend type of situation happening, okay? So she texted me, blowing me up, and at the time, like, again, lesbian relationship, being on the phone 24 million hours a day, like, literally, like, who? Back then, it was more like, it's cute, but now that I think about it, I'm like, that's why I don't like people, and that's why I'm so, like, distant from people, because that's ridiculous. Like, to be on the phone with somebody 24 hours, like, it's crazy. So anyway, we sitting there smoking, we chilling, we talking. I think we started playing some cards. She had some wine coolers in there, and I'm just like, I'm chilling, like I'm just vibing out, like we having a good time. And especially because I haven't seen her or talked to her in a while before then I actually went to go see her. So she like, you want to go upstairs? I'm like, yeah, we can go upstairs. We was sitting downstairs and she didn't have no furniture. I think she said her mama just got that house or something. And like, we, you know, I'm a good friend. Like, I'm a chill wherever we at. So I'm like, yeah, we can go upstairs. So we go upstairs. We get on the bed. We start watching TV. We get to talking and everything. She asking me questions about my ex. She like, well, how's my other wife doing? Like, she like, she ain't call you yet. I done put that phone. I done turned the whole ringer off on that phone. Like, I done had so many missed calls, so many texts. Where are you? And I was not answering nothing. So we sitting there, we talking, we chilling it up, we vibing. So she went to go like hug on me, and she was like, wife, I really love you. So I'm like, I really love you too. Like, again, this was not supposed to happen. But somehow after that hug, she linked up and we get to kissing. Next thing I know, I'm in this girl mama house, fingering her in her mama bed. Lord, how did we even get here? I don't know. We kissed once and I fingered her. Okay? Now, before y'all call me ain't shit and everything else, I did not give that girl no head. I did not go over there with the intention to sleep with her. None of that was supposed to be happening, like, at all. Like I said, I just knew too much about her, and it was just like, it was definitely not a planned thing. This was not in my mindset. So, I go to finger her. I hear, for some reason, my ringer going back off. And I hear my phone like going off. Like, I done had my shoes off. I hear my phone going off inside my shoe. So I'm sitting up there, like, I sat up, like, as soon as I'm about done with her, I sat up and I looked at her and I was like, I gotta tell my ex. Like, I was like, man, see, one thing about me, I'm not a liar. It's no need for me to. One, because I don't have no fear for nobody on this earth, okay? I fear God, and that's it, okay? So whatever you feel like you want to do, after I tell you the truth, you just need to step with your best foot forward. Like, or I tell everybody, you gotta pray about it. If you mad at me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I talk to multiple people, I tell them the truth. Whatever I do, I tell the truth. Like, it's never been in me to hide nothing. And I don't like that. Like, we was talking about moving in together because she was having a bad situation at her mama's house. I no longer wanted to be at my mama's house, and I went back to my mama's house after I got out of foster care. Like, I was literally in there until I was grown. I had to age out, and I just left. So it was like, I had to tell her. Like, when I sat up and I looked, and I was like, no, like, you don't even come close to her. Baker don't come nowhere close to how good she looked. That's for one. Or back then at the least, she kept herself together back then. So, like, I'm like, I had to tell her, like, we about to move in and everything. Like, we talking about all this other stuff. We talk about the family and kids and everything and all this other stuff, which eventually did happen. But, like, I felt like if that was gonna happen, I had to leave with honesty. So I get up. I went into the bathroom at first. I washed my hands. Came out the bathroom. I'm going to go get my shoes and my jacket. So this had to be around September, I want to say September-ish. And I say that because I had a jacket, like I had a hoodie. So in Philly, it gets a little, it's already like starting to get breezy around this time of year. Like around starting to be September, it's already like you starting to feel some wind. So, and then we moved in with each other. Me and my ex moved in with each other in November. So I put my shoes on. I put my shoes on. I had my hoodie, threw my hoodie over me like this. I'm ready to get out the door. And I'm sitting here as I'm getting dressed. I'm thinking of all these ways. Like, how do you tell her? What is the best way to tell her? I'm like, you need to really just come out and say it. But I'm like, okay, like, at what point? Like, because I know right now she's stressed. She's going through bullshit with her mama. Like, I don't want to make things worse, but I know this needs to be a conversation before the next time we have a conversation about us doing anything for each other for the future. Because in my mind, I thought she was going to leave me. I thought we was just going to be done right there. And I would respect that, especially at the fact that we was talking about moving in with each other. Like, that to me was a big step that I still did take into consideration. So I wanted her to know before she decided to go do this. Because, like, I even told her after I told her, I'm like, I understand if you don't want to anymore, that's fine. Because, again, I move with honesty and grace about any situation. Like, I'm not going to lie to you about it. If you are hurt about it, I can understand. If you want to part ways from me, I can understand. But at least I told you the truth. So this is actually how, I'm about to get into how I actually told her. So I throw my hoodie on my shoulder, grab my phone, put my phone in my pocket. I'm looking for house keys, pocket money. This is literally what I'm doing. I'm like, phone, keys, cash in the back pocket. Okay, it's time to go. So I'm walking out the door. I'm on my way to the door. She's standing at the door like this. I'm looking down at her like, what the hell are you doing? I said, listen, like, I'll talk to you later. Like, we could talk about this later, because I feel like I gotta say something to her too. I don't know what the hell I felt like I needed to say, but I'm like, I gotta talk to her too. But like, because obviously once I tell my ex, she ain't gonna want me to be around you no more. She probably gonna want to fight you, all this other stuff. So I'm like, like, I'll just talk to you later. Like, not right now. So I'm trying to let she like, no, like, I don't want you to go. So I stand up a little straight, like, I'm befuddled at this point, because what do you mean you don't want me to go? So I'm like, Baker, move. Like, because at this point, I'm not irritated yet, but I feel myself finna, like, start questioning what the fuck is going on here. Like, so I'm like, Baker, move. I will call you later. So she get to tearing up at the house. So now I'm just like, really, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, well, shit, she can't be pregnant. Like, I'm just like, this is some bullshit. What's going on here? So she like, no, you can't leave. You can't tell her. So at first, the first thing that went in my mind was maybe she's scared of her. But then I'm thinking, you know how hood people are. They can tell when somebody ain't from the streets and ain't finna get out in the streets. That's my ex. My ex can't fight for shit. So I'm sitting here thinking, like, I know she ain't scared of her. And then it dawned on me. She didn't want me to tell her because she wanted us to continue this shit going on. That's when I got pissed off. Because why do you feel like you want to stay the side bitch? Like, she would have never made main bitch. Like, literally just something for me to play with at that moment, at the very awkward moment, and for me to leave. Like, I came over here to give you some weed. Sold you the goddamn weed. I didn't come over here to get no ass after this. Like, this ain't even, we didn't even really do nothing. Like, I ain't bring no strap or nothing. Like, I ain't getting no head or nothing. So, like, what's we going off about at this point? So I'm like, listen, I have to go. She been calling me since I been on my way over here. You need to move. Like, and at this point, I'm just about pleading with her in the nicest way before I start getting loud. So she get to crying. She's pushing on me, not telling me out the door. We going back and forth. And I don't want to fight her. I don't. I still did love her too much. Like, I really fought with her. Like, she was definitely a good homegirl of mine. Like, rocked with me through a whole lot of shit. Like, so I did not want our relationship to end off of that. I didn't want it to end off of how it ended, but I damn sure didn't want it to end off of us having a fight because of some shit that had started that wasn't supposed to. So I'm sitting here like, I'm pushing on her, I'm pulling on her, I'm trying to move her from the front of the door. She little as hell, not strong. I'm like, I could really just like, boom, fling you somewhere, but then we gonna be in here tussling. Like, so I'm sitting there, she pulling on me, she grabbing my shirt, she ripped my shirt. So she get to screaming. So I'm just looking at her like, this cannot be serious. So I'm walking like just about in a good half circle around the room. So she went to take a lamp, the lamp on the dresser. So the door right there, bed right there, little dresser right here, little nightstand right there. Took the lamp. Boom. And the shit went to go hit the goddamn window. I look like, is you fucking serious, bro? Like, this cannot happen. I have to go home. I have to call my bitch and tell her what I did. So at this point, I'm like, if you ain't gonna fight her, get somebody who will. Boom. I call my ex on the phone while I'm still in this girl house. First thing she do, where you at? You ain't been answering your phone. Where your location off? My location not off. It is. I don't see where you at. I'm looking at it. I can see that it say you can see me. So what the fuck? She going off on me. Where you at? You ain't been answering your phone. All this other stuff. I'm telling her, I'm at Baker House. I done just fucked her. She's not trying to let me leave. Come get me. That's what I told her. Like, and I said, I'm so sorry. What? You did what? With who? I told you that, hoe, like, so I'm just sitting here like, I know you fucking lying. So I hang up on her. Because there's no point in me arguing with her when I'm literally about to be fending for my life with this other bitch. Like, we can't do that. That's too much. That's doing way too motherfucking much. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm calling you for help, and I did apologize, and you mean to tell me you worried about getting cheated on versus me being kidnapped and held hostage in the house? That's insane and frankly rude. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know you fucking lying. Hung up the phone. Boom. So I look at her, I grab her by her neck. Okay, now I need to just do this myself. Over the bed she go. Boom. Bed already on the floor. So she didn't, like, she just, think of like a stick, kind of, because this about her. So think of something going like this. And boom, she on the floor already, okay? So I opens the door. I'm shooting down the steps. I mean, I'm getting back down the steps. It's like 25 fucking steps. I'm sitting here like, this gotta be a PHA house. So only they do shit like that. So I'm running downstairs. Pew! Here she go. Wife. She throwing shit at me going downstairs. She come behind me. Boom. On my clothes. God damn it. Thought I was moving fast. Wasn't moving fast enough, clearly. So I'm looking at her like, all right, let me go. So I pull her up. I'm gonna call you later. Like, I promise on my folks, I'm gonna call you later. you are doing entirely too much. Like, you want to fight me, so now I'm mad because I'm letting her know I'm gonna knock her ass clean silly out this bitch. So she like, you doing this to be wrong, like, I'll never see you again, you weird, you finna tell everybody. No, I'm not. I told the person who needed to know. Like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't do nothing, y'all. I didn't do nothing. Like, maybe it was her first nut experience, but when I tell you I could really fuck for real and I could really put it down for real, I really can. And I know for a fact, at that time, I didn't do nothing. Like, I didn't do nothing. It wasn't shit. Like, which is how I know this was not planned, because if I went over there with a plan in my mind, I'd have been one prepared and ready. Okay, do you hear me? Like, I'd have went in there with full force, ready to chugga chew in that hoe. Do you hear me? Like, what is the problem? Like, how she didn't know I wasn't gonna still let her be the side hoe? Like, she didn't even have no faith in me. So I'm sitting here like, and she's sitting there crying. I'm sitting here like, damn, I feel bad. Because I done already hurt this other motherfucker heart. I'm not trying to hurt your heart. Your heart, this should never happen. So I'm sitting here, I'm holding her by her little ass shoulders. Like, I still, like, not even like, probably like 100 pounds she weighed. I'm sitting here like, I could really like, like, bruh, when I tell you the thoughts that was running through my mind, I'm sitting here like, I gotta call my ex when I get back with God. When I get out this house, I gotta call you. I gotta chill you out right now. So she's sitting there crying, telling me all this shit. Like, I've been fucked with you. That time we was on the school bus, I think she was getting in an argument with some niggas. This girl started freestyling. So I'm sitting there like, I'm vibing with it. We freestyling. I don't know what the hell she typing out. So I sit there. I start hitting it with her. Like, we gonna be dissing these niggas on the school bus, going all the way up to the goddamn placement school. So I'm sitting here like, we finna vibe it out. Like, we chilling. Like, it's cool. So she like, back from that time, back down on that bus, like, I've loved you ever since then. I don't want to let you go. Like, we can be friends after this. It's cool. It don't matter. But like, I do love you. Like, I actually love you. She don't love you. She don't love you. And I was just like, I probably honestly should have listened to her. But I'm not saying that's who I should have ended up with, because no. But she was right about one thing. So I'm sitting here and I'm just looking like, damn, I hate when somebody be right and I still do some stupid shit. Cause like, when my ex kept telling me like, nah, she really like you, I'm sitting here like, no, like, that's my hunger. Like, that's not even my hunger. That's a bro. Like, that's definitely the gang. Like, really gang. Like, when she called me white, I call her white back in the every now and again. But if I'm really looking for Baker, like, gang, like, and it just made the shit even worse. I'm sitting here like, this can't be life. Like, and this is why I don't like, this is why I'm not dating them, because people always seem to tend to like me more than I actually like to show interest in them. So that irritates me too. So I'm sitting there like, fuck, like, I'm sitting here like, the bus when we freestyle, I was like 15, 16, what the fuck? It wasn't it, bruh, the freestyle wasn't even gonna go viral. I just made a couple of words rhyme. Like, her actual real name, I made stuff rhyme with that. It wasn't nothing special. Like, it wasn't nothing like, I don't know what was going on with this child. She was trouble and shit, and it was just all bad. It was bad for me. I got something in my eye. It was bad for me. So I went to go, I gave her a hug. I held her, I did. And I'm sitting there holding her. I'm like, I'm not that type of person, y'all. Like, I don't go around breaking people's hearts. What usually be happening is, when they want to talk to me, I tell them what it is and I tell them how I'm going to be. They seem not to believe me because of the genuine shit that I do. Like, I'm going to call you, I'm going to check up on you, I'm going to make sure you're good. I'm going to ask you if you're okay. And sometimes I've known to be a really big trick. So, like, they take that and be like, oh, no, she really falling for me. With me, it's just being generous out of my heart. Like, I'm not doing any of this because I'm trying to make us fall in love. I'm trying to put us in a relationship. And people don't understand it, too. So, I was sitting there holding her. Like, I let her cry it out. We was sitting there for at least like 10-15 minutes. I'm just sitting there holding her, and she just still talking to me. And I looked down and I was like, I love you. Like, I really do love you. I'm gonna love you even after this. But I have to go talk to her, and I have to go tell her, like, you know how I move. I'm not gonna lie about this, like, cause what I'm lying for. Like, I want her to know. Like, it has to be known. Like, this what gotta happen. And I told her, like, I'm gonna call you sometime tonight. Like I said, I'm gonna let you know what's going on sometime tonight. And we gonna talk about this. And she was like, you promise me. So I'm like, I promise. Like, you know where I live. If anything, come to my mama's house, start banging her door. Like, and I gave her a hug. I gave her a kiss on her forehead, and I left. As I'm getting back to my house, which is not too far away, like a couple blocks in West Philly. So I'm sitting there, I'm on my way back. I called Bria. I called my ex. I called her and I'm like, is you okay? I hear she's crying. So first I started off by letting her know, I understand if you don't want us to move in with each other anymore. I understand that. At the same time, I want you to know what happened and how it happened. And she's like, I'm listening. So I told her what happened. Like, I told her everything that happened all the way down to me just leaving her house. She was like, you went back upstairs with her? I said, no. But I listened to what she was saying. I was holding her literally at the door. And I told her I would talk to her tonight. And I left. She said, you going to talk to her tonight? I said, yes. I said, because I don't want her to feel like maybe I did something that led her to believe, like, we was gonna ever be more than what we was before this happened. So this is what I get to tell her. So I said, you know, like, take a night, take a couple days, whatever you need. You think about it. I said, let me know. Whatever you choose, I'm gonna be okay with. And I told her, I said, I love you, and I'll talk to you when you're ready. So she hung up the phone. She went to go sing me this song by Sydney Renee. What the hell is that song called? Did You Mean It? And it's crazy because that's really how I played up. Like, take off your shoes, want to see my room. She already knew I had a girl, but like, that was kind of how it happened. So I'm sitting there listening to it. I'm like, oh, this bitch throwing shots. Classy. So I'm like, this whole older than me throwing subliminals. So I'm just, I listened to it and I went off of that. As soon as I got home, hopped in the shower. I'm sitting here like, this could not have happened. I'm sitting here like, ain't it like Wednesday? Like, what the fuck is going on here? So I'm sitting here, and I get out the shower, I get home, I call Baker. So, and I told her what happened with my ex. So she like, what did she say? What you think she's gonna do? So I was like, I don't know. Like, it's up to her. I was like, it's not really going much so matter to me. Like, so she was like, you don't love her? I said, I'm not in love with her, but I love and care about her. Like, I care about her well-being. I care about the terrible, nasty-ass condition her mama had them kids living in. Like, I care about that. And I told her, I was like, I hope we still stay together. I said, because I really do fuck with her. Like, she really, was becoming my best friend. And then I realized later that I actually did love her. So I'm sitting there like, not the way I should have, and definitely didn't love each other the way we both should have, but in the sense that I still had deeper feelings for her. So I let her know, and she was like, well, what happens if she decides to stay with you? What's gonna happen with me and you? I said, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I can talk to you and see you no more. So she get to crying. She was like, that's not what I hope for. She was like, I'm trying to tell you, she don't give a fuck about you. She like you for your name. Like, I'm sitting here like, I was hoping it wasn't true, but I could see it. Like, when she actually said she like you for your name, like, I had a big name in fights, drugs, everything. Not to promote it, not that I'm proud of it, but I was in a whole bunch of shit. So a lot of places I went, a lot of people knew me, knew who I was, and I had a lot of motherfuckers that know me, like, I had, especially bitches. So it was like that type of thing. So obviously me and my ex ended up staying together, like, and we actually did move in that November. And this probably what messed us up. We probably should have talked about it a little bit more. I think it was more or less she called me back and she was like, I forgive you, and that was it. Like, and that should have been my red flag right there, because even I wouldn't forget me that motherfucking fast. Like, it'd never happen. Like, it wouldn't. I think it was more or less like a strategic option to stay with me, because it was like, I know she gonna be the go-getter to get the house, which I did. When we moved into our first apartment, I was still in high school, and I was working 2 jobs, and I ended up getting a down payment for our first apartment. Like, I got our moving fee for that, and I think that was more a strategic and on her part. Like, I want to get out of this situation house that I'm in. I need to go. I need to stay with her. So that's the end of this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys see it from as best as I can give you all points of view. I cannot tell you how they felt. I can tell you the emotions that they displayed to me, and I can tell you exactly what I told them. I can tell you what they said to me in return. And don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. This is in the description box below. Get me to 400 subscribers. We on the road to 400 subscribers, and we lit. We popping. We doing our big one. So get me to 400 subscribers, and we finna do another giveaway at 400 subscribers. Like, what? Don't play with it. So I'll see you guys in the next video, right? Bye.